This is FIBA Podcast. Thank you for joining us in our morning daily devotion.
Good morning. We continue to look at biblical patterns of prayer, and today we look at Daniel's prayer life. In Daniel 6, verses 10 through 12, we read, "Now, when Daniel learned that the decree had been published, he went home to his upstairs room, where the windows opened towards Jerusalem. 3 times a day he got on his knees and prayed, giving thanks to God, just as he had done before." The context of this story is that the nation of Israel is in captivity. All of Israel has backslidden. In Psalm 137, we read that they had hung up their harps and now they were singing a dirge. Daniel is 80 years old. He is in exile. He is from the tribe of Judah. He served 2 pagan kings, King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon and King Darius of the Medes. There was a death warrant against him for his allegiance to the God he worshipped. He was the only interpreter among all of the magicians and sorcerers who was able to tell the king his dream. We read that in Daniel 2, 20 to 22. His favor and his position in the palace invoked the wrath of the rulers of the land. They made a decree that no one should worship anyone other than King Darius himself. King Darius knew that Daniel could resolve doubts and heed to the times. The consequence of disobeying this decree cost Daniel the punishment. His opposers said he still prays 3 times a day, defying the edict of the king that if anyone prays to any god or human being during the next 30 days, except the king, he shall be thrown into the lion's den. Friend, there is a difference between God's love and God's favor. God's favor increases our dependence on Him and causes us to obey Him even in sacrificial love. Daniel's favor was directly proportional to the stewardship of his time, his money, his fame, and his allegiance. Daniel gave up what was desirable, and in Daniel 10:11, we see how he was highly esteemed. There are principalities and powers in the heavenly realm that delay our prayers from being answered. There are demon forces who hinder our prayers from coming to us. But Daniel set his heart to be in God's presence. He humbled himself. Hence, Michael the warring angel was sent with reinforcements to defeat the prince of Persia. Daniel gave up desirable food to become desirable to his God. He had started his ministry in Babylon as a very young man who was courageous and prayerful. His prayers were powerful and effective. He was also in a very powerful position, placed as one of the administrators over 120 provinces and 30 satraps. Dear listener, you may be in a place of power and influence, but are you willing to continue your allegiance to your God? Are you willing to show the same courage that Daniel showed? How do your co-workers or family members describe you? Are you blending in or standing out because of your unabashed faith? Are you embarrassed because of criticism or worried that your friends will leave you? We never see Daniel being frazzled about a bad boss, discouraged about negativity, intimidation, or new edicts from the government. His time alone with God took priority. There was nothing fancy about his prayer life, just consistent, unashamed, and unwavering in his prayer life. 3 times a day he slipped away into his prayer closet. Except that for Daniel, it was an upper room with windows open for all the world to see. Friend, don't compromise on your prayer closet. It will be the very place that will become the place of power, impact, and influence.
Dear listener, we are here to stand with you in your time of need. We want to pray with you and for your prayer request. Do you need someone to talk to? We are here for you. Call us or send a message at +91 636 425 2164 +91 636 425 2164. God bless you.